Looking ahead to the trading week beginning March 24th, after completing the first positive week in the last 5 for the S&P, the Nasdaq, and the Russell, and only the second positive week in the last 5 for the Dow, follow through is what the stock market is going to be focused on throughout next week. 10-year note yields fell for the 7th week in the last 9, including the last 5 consecutive weeks since mid-January, and gold just finished its 11th week higher in the last 12. Crude oil, on the other hand, managed to eke out a decent positive week of 1.67%, its second straight week of higher prices, although last week was only up about 1/10%, which gives us the feel of it being the first positive week for crude oil in the previous 7. That's not technically accurate, however. Next week, we start a slew of central bank speeches, including but not limited to Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey, ECB President Christine Lagarde, Fed Chair for Supervision Michael Barr, New York Fed President John Williams, and then Minneapolis Fed President Neil Kashkari and Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic. There could be others, but that's who's scheduled so far. In the U.S., we also have a 2-year note auction, a 5-year note auction, and a 7-year note auction for a total amount of $183 billion of U.S. Treasury supply. All of this should be on every active investor and trader's radar, as it could affect the direction of long-term yields and short-term yields for the rest of the week. On the earnings front, we have 34 companies with over $1 billion in market cap reporting next week, including Cintas Corporation, Paychex, Lululemon, Dollar Tree, Chewy, KB Homes, and of course, GameStop. Economic data. On Sunday night, we get services PMI in Japan. On Monday, we get small to medium-sized manufacturing PMIs for the month of March for the EU, Germany, the UK, and the US. On Tuesday, we get German business expectations and current assessment data, plus a slew of US home price and new home sales data. Wednesday, UK CPI and then US durable goods orders. Thursday, US jobless claims and the first revision of fourth quarter GDP in the US. And then Friday is a pretty big data release day with UK retail sales and GDP, German employment data, Canadian GDP, and then PCE price data and personal spending data in the US, as well as the University of Michigan consumer sentiment and inflation expectations data.